Hello, Andy here, and as you may or may not know, I've actually started releasing all my old projects, and here is Codec Moments. So we get a little call like this live in OBS. It can be used for many, many different things. So I'm actually recording this live at twitch.tv/AndyLippy. You could use this here to do TTS or anything like that. It's completely up to you. So it is really customizable and a lot of different effects that you can add to it. You can grab it straight. Somebody just bonked me whilst I was live. That was not good. You can grab it directly from the StreamUP website. It is just here. It's just been released now. It is £15, or you can join monthly. You can either join my website at andylippy.co.uk, or you can join monthly just here. You just press premium, and all the information's just there. And that gives you access to all of the StreamUP products. So I'll leave all the links in the description as well. So you'll just be able to download it from here. We have got the documentation as well as, which if you don't want to watch a video to work out how it works, I've written it all in the docs so you can do it, yada, yada, yada. It does require that you have Streamer.bot. It doesn't require the Streamer.bot Alpha, the 1.0.0 version or anything like that. So it should work on any version. But if you do have any issues at all, please let me know. Let us know in the either StreamUp Discord or my Discord or wherever you want to go to. Is completely up to you. So getting this bad boy set up is actually super easy. As the details will say in the documentation, we just go to StreamUp up here and we go to install a product. And then we just need to navigate to wherever you've downloaded. Well, once you've downloaded it, it'll be, yeah, you know how downloads work. And we just go grab this and we go to OBS install. Once on there, we open the .streamup file. And that will just do a bit of jiggery pokery and get a bunch of stuff set up. If you haven't got the StreamUp plugin, no worries. It's all on the webpage on the StreamUp's website as well, which is just OBS plugin at the top here. This is a plugin that I created that basically checks if all your OBS plugins are up to date as well. So it's like I created a really cool plugin that's completely free. So consider leaving a donation or whatever, because your plugins, there's so many plugins nowadays for OBS, and this will keep them all up to date for you. Tell you exactly what's out a day and stuff, and it'll make sure that you've got all the plugins that are required for my products to work and StreamUp's products. So we've got 3 scenes that it's created inside of OBS. We've got the edit camera option here. We've got the Codec Moments here, which is just blank. We've got the Codec Call, which is actually the little ring button, which is on there. The next thing we're going to do is set it up inside of Streamer.bot. And to do that, we just go up to import. Like I say, if you haven't got the alpha, it shouldn't be an issue at all. So my Streamer.bot might just look a little bit different to yours, but that's not a problem. So we navigate to the folder, the downloads folder. Mine will look a little bit different to yours just because I have got the dev stuff on here as well. I go to Streamer.bot and I'm just going to get Codec Moments here and drag that in, and it will create all these different actions. So we want to press import, and then they're all there. But this is where we actually need to close down Streamer.bot, because we need to make sure you've got the latest library that allows all this to work together. And the way we do that is we grab this StreamUp library updater, and we're going to copy that and put that in your Streamer.bot folder. So mine's in my D drive. It's wherever you put Streamer.bot, basically. Mine's in StreamUp. Then I've got software, and then I've got about 1,000 different Streamer.bots. It's so complicated. And we just paste it directly into there. So I replace that file because I've already got it. And then when you run that, it's going to basically check whether or not your Streamer.bot has the correct version. And if it hasn't, it'll download it. I currently have a separate version of Streamer.bot open, so it's going to keep telling me, Streamer.bot's open, can you close it so I can actually check and do its thing. So it'll look a little bit different on your end. Once you've closed down Streamer.bot, you press retry, and it'll download the correct library. Once that's done, you can reopen Streamer.bot then. And then you're literally 90% of the way there. It's done. And that usually is just like, if you've only used the StreamUp product like for the first time, this is a first time thing, unless it says it needs updating, then you just run the updater again, and that's it. So we go to our actions inside of Streamer.bot, and we've got a bunch of different actions just here. The first thing we need to do is run settings. So we're going to click settings, right-click on test in the trigger box, and press test trigger. This will then start firing off the settings, which might be hidden at first, so you might have to go down to where Streamer.bot is and open it just in there. We've got a couple of different options. OBS connection number, this can be found in your StreamUp OBS tab, and you got the random codec frequency if you want it to like animate between it. You've got different performance things like the glow effect, window glow, outline. So depending on your PC, if it can't handle the little effects that I've added to it, then you can turn each one off if you want to and customize it. But these are just OBS sources, so you can modify them yourself as well, but I will not be offering any support on modifications. But if you want me to customize certain things, I have got commissions as well. So if you do want me to do specific customizations of this for you, then you can go check it out at andilippy.co.uk. And if you've got any commissions for anything else that you want making, I can definitely do that as well. Once you're happy, we just press save. And that is it. Settings are saved and it will be all ready to use. But I've kind of created a really simple setup process for you guys here, because you want to put your camera on here. It doesn't have to be a camera. It can be any source in OBS. So if you're like a VTuber or something like that, you can totally use that. This pop-up will come up and it'll say a properties window in OBS should have just opened. Please select a source to use as the camera under the clone drop-down option. Once done, press OK. So we select the camera source just here. So I'm just going to go grab, what am I going to grab? I'll grab I really should have added my webcam in here. That would have been really useful. I can just add a blank color source. That doesn't look very good, does it? Maybe I'll add that text source that I had earlier. That would be pretty useful. Yeah, fail. There we go. So now you can see, I can't see where it says fail in here at all. But I'm going to press OK on this little menu. And press OK here. This will say everything's ready to go now. And if I unlock the camera, as you can see, I can move it in, move it around wherever I want. So right now we've just got, obviously, some text in there. So I'm just going to put F right there. This side is a profile picture. So you can turn the profile picture off if you just want it to be a blank thing. So basically, if somebody does a cheer or something like that and you want to use it as a cheer redeem, then you can put their profile picture there or anything. But you can add anything you want in here. It doesn't have to be... You can just add a new source. So if you want a different camera there or something, use your imagination. Do you know what I mean? So you can do that. So this would be you here on this side, and then this would be whatever profile picture it is. And then you've got a couple of other options to do. I recommend using the downstream keyer, okay? Because downstream keyer, I've got a video on it. This will basically put another scene on the front of all your other scenes. So even if you're transitioning or something like that, anything that you always want on screen, irregardless of like whatever scene that you're on, you still want the same thing. So for instance, when I'm streaming, I have like different widgets on there that I always want on screen. Like my dynamic stream island, which is coming soon, hopefully. So maybe you join memberships and stuff. And that will allow you to kind of put all that on there. And what you need to do is go to the Codec Moments call thing here and just press a plus sign in the downstream keyer. If you don't know how downstream keyer works, I've got tons of videos. I'll leave a link down below as well. And then you just select it. You can see if it's working because you can turn this on and then go to any other scene and you'll still be able to see it. It's crazy. So rather than adding that scene source to every single thing, because it's in the downstream keyer, it means that it's on every single scene, no matter what it's on. This can be customized, but I'm not going to go into that as well because you can tell it not to be on certain scenes, etc. But that's not for this video. Go check it out. I'll leave the link down in the description. So now we've got that turned on, I can just turn that source back off in the call section, and everything's pretty much ready to go. There is an interesting bit about this plugin that I've done, is you can actually set up TTS or something like that. So I have a waveform option just here. So if I double click that, we can select an audio source that we want it to link to, and then the waveform will animate based on the volume and whatever info it's kind of reading from. So if it's TTS, it'll animate based on the voice as well. It looks really cool. So if I say add a microphone into OBS for a second, I'll go to add audio input capture, save that, that's fine. And I'm just going to get anything just so I can at least get some sort of audio in OBS to show you. And I'll go to the Codec Moments, go to Waveform, audio source, audio input capture, and right now you won't see anything, okay? But you don't need to worry. You don't need to touch anything else. Just press OK, all done. And then now, everything should be pretty much set up. So I've created a generic action just here that's called Codec Moments Action. And this kind of explains how it works. So you get the call, this starts the call, then you can modify any actions you want in here, such as using TTS. So if I open that, you just need to use %sign input message %sign, and that will use whatever input message it's had and basically read through it. It'll wait until it's finished, and then it'll close the codec call. So for now, I'll just leave this on and just put a delay there. So it'll just say text on screen. You can use a bunch of different variables, a bunch of different triggers for this as well. So you could use cheers and stuff like that. So if you do chat, cheer, choose an amount you want it to be. So on my stream, I have it set to 150. So when I get 150 bits and some text, it'll bring this up and start doing the codec call. You can customize this to however you want as well. That's why I've left all these separate. So you could be like, oh, I want the codec call to be received, but then I might want to do something. I might want to manually turn it off. You can just customize that yourself. The one thing that I will just mention is the sound effects will not work by default. That's because I cannot redistribute the sound files because, you know, copyright, all that jazz. Everything that I've made here has been custom made by me using just OBS sources and stuff like that. So there's no like copyright infringement or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, anything that is there has been made from scratch with OBS and maybe an image or something like that. So if you do a small Google, I've left the file name and stuff in there. So you can do a small Google and you will find said files. But the sound effects are for the call end, the call start, and then the ringing as well. And if you want to change where this sound plays, you can choose where you want it to be played as well. Just select where you've saved the files to, and you can press test to make sure it's working as well as. And then once that's done, you just press the action. If you're just using this default one, and if I press test trigger now, we should get something through here. I'm already on the wrong scene here, but that is ringing, and it'll transition to this scene. And then it'll animate, start doing its thing. So it's choosing a random number, going to this. This is a Twitch cheer trigger test. And then it'll close the codec call after whatever we've done and then transition back to whatever scene we were on previously. But I left it on that scene. And that is the whole setup. You can, again, adjust these things to however you want. So if I just say put it on this scene for a second, run a test of this again, and you'll see it calling. Obviously, this would play the music at the same time, so you've got nothing to worry about there. And then once this starts, you'll see that it all starts running through here as well as. I'm intrigued as to, it's because the volume was quite low compared, so you might need to adjust on the waveform a little bit of the volume so you can see that it's not really picking up everything, but I've got a video on the Waveform plugin if you want to find out more on how that works. But you just need to change the basically the import and stuff like that, and that will make that work. And then you can see the animation. So it's just because I've got a different setup for this stream. And like I say, you can use this for cheers, you can use it for donations, anything that has some form of text input. So you can make some money on this. Hopefully your viewers will love it. If they do, let me know. Come and visit me at twitch.tv/AndyLippy. If you want anything custom making just like that, then let me know. You can go to andylippy.co.uk to find out more. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what the crack is. And if you want to see more stuff like this, let me know in the comments as well. All right. Much love. Put your rock over the stone, and I'll see you soon.